Good food, good food, good food. That's a good thing, right? On Sunday. Sunday, healthy food, good television.
Good
All
rest.
right, nice. Pushparaj,
Yes,
is your
I-
lunchtime
Yeah.
over?
Yes, just over.
Yes, sure. What's the time there now?
2:30.
2:30. It's pretty late, right? Lunch for you should have been early.
The Sundays, okay.
Special
2 o'clock.
lunch.
2 o'clock is the time, 1:30 to 2.
If not, what time you generally do? Because your working time is different, right? In Dubai, you are in Dubai.
Yeah. Working time actually here since last 1 year, or sorry, 2 years, the weekend is Saturday and Sunday. Before,
Okay.
before it was Friday, Thursday and Friday.
Okay. Is it convenient now, Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah, very convenient.
A lot of television programs you won't miss.
Yeah, feel like sitting in India rather than UAE.
Okay, I really happy that they come to this, but again, I don't know how much Arab countries are accepting it.
I mean, it is well taken all over the Arab region. I think soon other countries will follow.
Oh, so
The trend
Dubai
is
is a
set.
trendsetter.
Yeah.
Good to know. Good to know. Nice. All right. Thanks, Mr. Pushparaj. I think how many years you are there?
Since 2004, all over in Gulf, I'm since 92, I'm roaming around.
God, man.
In UAE
92.
from 2004 onwards.
All right, 92. I think I was roaming around some school by the time. Nice to know. Good to know. Okay, great. So, and again, thanks all for being here. And we'll start with some discussion today. Today, we will start with people who have exams nearby. And then I have some subject on Agile. We'll go through some Agile concepts, then get to some couple of questions. Do I have anyone here getting to exams nearby?
Yes, Sri. Abdul here.
Abdul Rahman. When is your exam?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, Abdul, we had to connect over the phone call today. So now, what is your status on the preparation part?
Preparation, yes, Sri. Like overall, I feel confident, but some fear is there. Like, anyhow, the fear is, the outcome should be a success one. So
That's true.
That is my fear. Apart from that, the preparation, yeah, I'm pretty much confident.
Very good. Nice to know. I tell like this, feel the fear, but do it. Okay. One thing is, if you don't have fear, we get into a mode called lethargic mode sometime, where our brain is okay. That slight fearness or slight butterfly clip flipping, you should hear that sound. You should keep hearing. That should be there, but that should not make you nervous. Your fearness should make you to prepare all your for examination. Your ID card should be properly checked. You should know where the center is. You should know the food to carry with you. And that's called a kind of fear to make sure everything is correct. Okay. Your fear should convert into some action. If you can do that, that's good for you. The next stage of fear is about how conscious I should be. I should not be so lethargic. Out of 180 questions, imagine 100 questions really goes well. Then I get a feel that, okay, all are good. Then I start clicking. And the next 60 questions, if I do mistake, I lose it. Many people in sports, when they go for athletic running, they feel after some time they're leading that. Once they get the effort and they feel confident, what they do is they lose it. And then somebody easily overtake them. So if your fear is going that direction, nice. But fear should not affect your sleep, food habits. While you read, your brain is not focusing. If that is happening, then we are in trouble. Okay, so that's a one thing. Because the people have different anxiety in this world, people get a little too much onto it. Actually not needed. Okay, coming back to you, Abdul. How many full exams you attempted so far?
3.
3,
and apart from that, 40, 60 and 10 questions. So yeah.
Is your second or third mark around 68, 70 plus?
No, Sri. Actually, like somewhere about Okay, the score was 60 actually. The reason is while attempting the exam, I got a call meeting in the middle actually. So that
Okay.
was an ad hoc call. So I couldn't focus on much.
You lost the rhythm. But the second exam, you got 68.
Yes, yes. Second exam 68 and the first exam was 72.
Very good. Very good. I remember that. Okay, that's fine. And 60 questions. How many 60 questions you did?
60 questions, close to about 3 to 4 questions.
Okay, nice. So your time management is good and your knowledge on the subject is you're confident. Two things are good.
Yes.
Very good. Have you worked in agile environment?
Yes, Sri. Yeah, my current project for the past 2 years working aggressive agile.
Aggressive agile. In agile, which method you are following?
Scrum.
Okay, what is your role in that?
My role is a business analyst. I closely work with the product owner.
Very good. Okay. So you are aware of the principles, you are aware of what the product owner or a scrum master or agile manager will do. Are you clear on that idea?
Yes.
Okay, very good.
So
Nice.
already I did a PSM actually. PSM.
Very good. Yeah, I like PSM. I like CSM also. But these certificates are very good. But one problem with the certificate is they are very direct on the question. They directly ask you what does it mean by. Okay, but PMI is totally different. They never ask any question directly. They will create a situation. Okay, they create a tornado and they want to see inside the tornado what is running. They want you to see that. If you want to get that, it is not the roles will help you. The mindset they call as agility, that will help you. I'm sure you did it. If not, you can't get 70 plus in practice exam, which means you already have it. This is clear. That's clear. ID cards. Did you check your ID cards?
Yes, Sri. I have a passport. Yeah.
What's your full name?
Abdul Rahman Ahmad Jalal there. Yeah.
Is it the same?
Yeah,
name,
same. Yeah.
The word is space between each word. Is it correct?
Yes, Sri.
Check one more time because in passport names will be together. So check out the first name, last name part. Check that. Just be prepared on it and have an ID proof which your signature and photo is there. That should have exact same spelling, same space in the application. What you given. Even the space is not considered as the right one. They will say it's not acceptable. So check out that part. If in case there is a problem, straight away chat with the PMI online chat and tell them this is what happening. They will immediately change the name. Do it today if you want to do.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to scare you. I want to be prepared. Tomorrow, I don't want to panic. You have to be prepared today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You are in which country?
Singapore.
Singapore. Okay. All right. So good. I think you're going to center-based exam.
I'm sorry, Sri?
You're going to center-based home exam?
Center. It's center-based.
Center-based. Very good. Nice, Abdul. I know your mind already started searching for the ID card. Don't worry now. You can do it later. It should be correct. I'm just telling you on preparation part. Okay. Do well tomorrow and remember to give me a message. We will communicate over the phone call. I don't want to put everything in the chat here. I'll talk over to you over the phone. Okay. Abdul. And Abdul, one more thing you have to do. Before you close the day, I want you to go through the chapter called the framework. There is a chapter called framework in Rita 10th edition. In this chapter, you will have something called project manager, product owner, and the team members' roles, responsibilities. There'll be bullet points. Okay. You should have read already, but for one increase in confidence level, just read through that once. This you will do one time. And there is something called PMI ethics. There are 4 bullet points or 5 bullet points will be there. Please read the ethics. When you go to exam hall, how they look at you from exam is, there is a person called Abdul living in an island called PMI. And in this island, there are people who believe those roles and responsibilities, who go by the honesty, responsibility, and the ethical behavior. With the role, with the ethical behavior, there is a person called Abdul who's living there. When you live in that island, if somebody's asking you, this is what happening, what you will do. So you will think on that direction and answer the exam. That is called PMI mindset. You will not answer from your desk, your computer, your office. You're going to answer from that island. In order to get to that island, I'm sure you read all the stuff. On the last day, just put it as a bubble so that you can carry with you. Fair enough? Okay. All right. I don't want to load too much on you. So let's connect over the phone call with the talk and some more information.
Sure. Sure.
Good, Abdul. Nice to know. All right, good. I have a few more people. Before that, I'm seeing Prasanna is very excited. Prasanna, new look from you.
Hi, Sriram. Yeah, it's the same look.
IPL or Virat Kohli look, huh? New change. Okay, because I seen your picture always a trim fish fresh look, and today you gave a different look. He said Prasanna elder brother. Okay. Okay, nice to have you here. Right, I'll take
I booked my ACP exam on October 21st.
Oh, you booked it already. Okay, nice to know.
Yeah. So I think I've studied completely, but I have to write the mocks as such. So I'll keep you updated on your message.
Very good. Very good.
And I'll just for motivation injection, I just joined today.
Okay, vitamin motivation, huh? Motivation vitamin. Okay, and 24th of October, you said, is it right?
21st of October.
21st of, it's a Saturday. Okay, Saturday coming up. We have a month of time. Since you said, I just want to check with you.
5 holidays are falling in between.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Are you reading Mike Griffith book?
I have read. Yes.
You read it. You are reading, there is something called Scrum book. You read Scrum book?
Yeah.
I mean, Scrum PDF.
Yes.
Okay, you read it. What other agile concepts you're reading? What other agile concepts you're reading for the exam? Books.
I've just run through this. I have not taken the full mocks alone.
Okay.
Chapter wise, I've already taken all the chapters. The only thing is I have to start the full mock. So I've just booked it because I booked it last year, so I couldn't take the exam still. So I thought I was actually falling short of dates. So I thought I'll book it. So I have close to a month. So I'm planning to take holidays close to the exams as well.
Nice to know.
Most probably this week I'll take my first full mock.
Nice to know, Prasanna. When you did your PMP?
I did last year, August.
Last year. It was with the agile concepts, right? So
yes.
Then you should be good in agile. Nothing to worry there. One book popping up in my mind is called Essential Scrum. There is a book called Essential Scrum. I just forgot the author name. That book should also be available with you. Check out with your folder you have, or check with Rahul. Essential Scrum is a good book where they have roles specified. There'll be one whole chapter talking about servant leader. A full chapter talks about how a ceremonies work in Agile. They primarily talk Scrum, but the author has always had a couple of lines about what is Agile, how we are doing in Scrum. I found many people reading the book felt a little more broader knowledge, and estimation techniques, always there is a confusion. How to estimate on a relative sizing and Fibonacci sequence, right? This also in Essential Scrum book, I found they written well. This is one of the reference book for PMI ACP. PMI ACP, you have 12 reference book, I believe, 12 or 14. One of the reference book is called Essential Scrum. It should be available. So see if you can go through that. Since you have a month of time,
sure.
Go through that. Because PMI ACP exam, don't underestimate. That exam, many people felt it was a super punch because PMI brought Agile into PMP. So they want to increase the intensity of ACP. So they increased it. So the toughness will be, it will be only 1.5 lines, but there will be a strong content. So you have to read very carefully. Okay. Super, Prasanna. So stay in touch, get connected with the WhatsApp.
Sure. Thank you.
Perfect. Good. What I do is I have 3 more hands up there. I believe they're asking about the examination. So first I'm going to talk a little on the examination. Then I go to Agile subject today. I will start with Sriram Sambat. Then I'll come to Bharat. Sriram.
Yeah. So it's about the exam. I have it on the 21st. So yeah, on Thursday. So the nervous energy has just started kicking in. Sleepless nights and everything. So
is your family accepting what you're doing?
Yes. So they have lived with it for the past few months. So
few months, huh? Did they kept a demand for you once the exam gets over? You have to go to mall. Go for a movie.
I have a laundry list of that. Yes.
All right, should. Now, how many full exams you've done?
Three. I have taken three. 68, 72, and 65. I scored a 65 in my third mock yesterday. But yeah, when I reviewed, I found some very, very basic questions I've got wrong. Yeah.
These questions went wrong after 100 or before 100?
It was after 100. Yeah.
Okay. You start losing the patience to sit. Okay.
Yeah, after about 120, 130, it kind of gets a little monotonous, and yeah, things start kind of draining away. Yeah.
Exactly. Understand. And did you took two breaks?
I took one. The next one we wanted to complete it before we could take the last break. So
okay, so that is reflecting on the score.
Yeah.
Okay.
The timer running was a little distraction. So
okay. Understand. This can happen main exam also. So expect you to take a break. Please use a break.
Yes. I'm fairly confident when it comes to 40, 60 questions or 180. I seem to be fairly confident. But when I take these chapter wise, for some reason I don't seem to crack that code very often.
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
It usually falls short by a couple of questions. I get a 6 or 5, a few times, of course, 7 or 8, but yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. So there are some good players in cricket who play well in one-day match, but not in T20. So they say that T20 is so heart pumping. I can't. Before I realize, I see 3-4 overs are gone.
Yeah.
You don't have a room or time to realize and start playing. Okay. So it's about our way of handling. It's okay. Anyway, you're going to play 5-day match. Okay. You are not T20. There is no one-day match. It's only 5-day match. So you have a lot of time to think and do. But you feel some questions, first 20 questions in exam, you'll feel the toughness. When you enter the exam hall, Shriram for you and for Abdul also, the first 20 questions will feel super tough. It is not tough on the exam. It's tough on our brain. Your brain is so rigid. Your brain says that don't make any mistake. Be very careful. It's something like proposing a girl. You went there, right? You'll be so much careful. That's the day you do mistake. So you leave it free. It'll work normally. Okay. Or a girl or a boy, whoever you propose. So now what the point here is, first 20 questions, you will have the toughness. That's what you're getting in your short exams. Allow yourself in main exam, first 20 questions, go like that. But keep marking some questions for review. When you come back later, you realize what your answer is correct.
Right.
Because the instinct would have made it correctly, but the only thing, then the nervousness will be very high. Answering you right now, 3 full exams you did. How many 60 questions you did?
5 or 6.
Very good. Very good. That's clear. Good. Okay. I think you're ready. You're good for the exam. Only thing you need here is what I say to Abdul. You have to go through the framework chapter, read the roles and responsibilities, and understand the ethics, and then spend time on people domain. I should have given you some bullet points. Did I?
Yes, you have. Yeah.
Yes, true.
Same for Abdul. Yeah, please go through those bullet points. In those bullet points, I would have mentioned about the people domain. So spend time on the people domain. It doesn't mean you have to read line by line. Flip the pages and see what is key parameters. Understand those information. Okay. One more thing you have to check out is, in case if you have time, not for Abdul. Abdul, today you have to sleep well. Don't strain. For Shriram, you can open up the PMBOK 7th edition PDF and read the glossary. In the last pages, you'll have something called glossary. Read few words to get the keywords, meanings. And this will help you in the exam hall.
Yeah. Okay.
That's for you, 7. Abdul, not for you. Today you have to sleep well. Okay. Okay. So no late night movies, no walking, roaming around. Just go sleep. Be in the bed. At least be in the dark room. You need some rest. Okay. Fantastic, Shriram. Any specific questions?
No, just one question out of curiosity. How similar will the questions be in the exam compared against the 180 questions mock that we take on ShriLearning?
Right? Okay. There are 2 variety of people. Mostly I've seen people say that the main exam was a little less tougher than the ShriLearning, which means 1 level down. This is what I heard most of the time. Exceptionally, one person comes and says to me, Shri, when I went to mains exam, it was kind of different. I found the questions were lengthy. I had a more mathematics. Very exceptionally, some people come. If not a 99 or 9%, I see people say 1 level below what I practiced here, which means the main exam doesn't go so lengthy. Main exam will be straight to the point. Then why you kept an exam like this? If you ask me, we try to keep it tough so that when you go to main exam, you feel better. That's the
Yeah,
reason
I
of
mean,
that.
I'm happy it is that way. I mean, that's the consolation I take whenever I score less. Yeah.
Okay, but I never underestimate Arnold Schwarzenegger and Mike Tyson. They look 60+ years old, but still they know how to punch.
Yeah,
Okay.
true.
Okay, Mike Tyson is 60+. Let me be, hey, come on, Mike, how are you? That guy will give a punch, I can't come out. So never underestimate PMI. Always we respect their value. Okay, so be prepared always when you go to the exam hall.
Yes, sure.
Amazing, guys. That's good. One more person, then I'm going to jump to subject. Bharat CK.
Yeah. Hi, Sriram. It's Bharat here. So I think we already talked about again. Myself and Sriram is taking on 21st of.
Yes. But Bharat, I didn't hear your full exam scores.
Okay. On the first mark, I got 58. The second one I took, it's about 65.
60. After second?
Yeah. After second, I had to take 3, 4, and 5. And also
Bharat,
a lot of 60 questions. Yeah.
We have to work with Bharat. You have to take one more full.
Okay.
Are you spending the time efficiently with the exam?
Sorry, Sriram, can I repeat?
Are you able to use the full time for your exam?
Yeah, I'm able to. Yes.
Okay. Are you taking break?
Yeah, I do.
Taking break. Okay. Are you working in agile environment?
It's an hybrid environment, but not predominantly on Agile.
Okay. I won't say your score is low. I won't say your score is high. You are in the moderate range now. But 21st is your exam, right?
Yep.
You have to work out more. You have to start focusing on. Have you taken off from your work?
Yeah, I took the next week. Full week I'm taking off.
Next week, 21st is exam, which is on Thursday.
This the complete week from Monday to.
Okay. You need some more push, Bharat. You have to work out on the gray areas where you feel you have to improve. I think you are collaborating with Sriram, so I believe that you guys are sharing knowledge.
Yes, we are do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Please do that. You need a little more push. You need a little more push on the subject areas and work out on short exams more. You take one more full exam and then do more 60 questions and work out on the time and score improvement.
Sure, Sriram. We'll do that.
Yeah. Please keep me posted on the WhatsApp what is happening.
Sure, Sriram. We'll do that.
Yeah, let's do that. All right, guys, keep moving forward. Good wishes. Right, that's the exam part. Anyone else on the exam? Close to exam? Or 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now? Okay. If so, then let's get to the subject now. I have something in Agile to talk. Indra has given a subject book name, Essential Scrum by Kenneth. Thanks, Indra. I appreciate it. Have you read the book, Indra, before this book?
No, Shri. Just I'm going to start all the things.
Okay. You are getting to PMI ACP?
Yeah, PMI ACP. Yep.
Very good. When is your exam?
Last week. No. I just started. Last week I have taken recordings from Rahul and just I started. Yeah, it will take some time to me.
Yeah. I think you plan for the live classes. Is that right?
Yes. I planned live, but Rahul mentioned live classes are not here. So I have,
Yes. Yeah. Certain reasons we couldn't do it right now. So keep joining this Sunday classes. And then are we connected within WhatsApp?
No. Just Rahul added me in the ACP and ACP group. Yep.
Very good. And keep me posted on your progress. Chapters, what you read, and what is the chapter score you're getting. In a Mike Griffith book, there are 7 chapters in PMI ACP. Each chapter will have a chapter question. 20 questions or 15 questions will be there. I want you to read one chapter completely, take that chapter test, and then share with the score what are you doing there.
Sure. Yeah.
Once you complete Mike Griffith, then go to Essential Scrum.
Okay, fine. Yep.
Because the base is always Mike book. Mike book is the best book to read through. But addition on top of that, you can go to this guy, Essential Scrum.
So suggest me once I need to go through all the recordings and then go through the Mike book. Or...
Yeah, you can do that. Mike book is the kind of reading you do every day, maybe 30-20 minutes. Recording can happen. Recording, you cannot sit on working days. Maybe you'll sit on one Saturday, you sit and listen all the content. Because you can't see that recording every day. It will be like boring. Saturday, I will sit by between 6 or 5 to 9 o'clock in the evening. I'll sit and listen to recording. Rest all time, I keep on reading the book. Keep a habit like that.
Sure. Thanks.
That's fine. Super. All right, I have few PMI ACP people. Happy to see that Agile is happening. And top of that, we have something called Scaled Agile. And there is one person who cleared today. It's called Leading Safe Scaled Agile. And we have few more people who are getting to examine next few days of time. So we have all Agility, Advanced Agile, Scrum, we have PMP, all going in a parallel track. So very happy to see people are engaging themselves, spending time, reading well, and getting certified. So all credit to you. Now, what we do, certain points I want to share on agility on Agile. I'll quickly bring some content. Then I have to go to question paper. Can you let me know if you are seeing the screen, what I'm sharing now?
Yes, I'm able to
Yes,
see
sir.
Very good. Nice to know. In this picture, there is a graph. This graph was created by Stacy. It's called Stacy, and it's also called as Ralph Stacy. It's called complexity model. This picture, many of us would have seen in the classes. Of course, in the class you've seen, but I want to bring this up to just give a broad idea. Agility goes by two key parameters. One of the parameters is about a technical capability. Now, question to team here, when they say technical capability, what does it mean? Is it for the organization or for the team who's doing the job or for the client? Whom it's pointing?
Team who is doing the job.
Team who is doing the job. Okay. So when the team is not having less technical capability towards a job, but your organization has a high capability, so what will it become any problem there? Imagine in a corporate, like let's say a corporate like Accenture. In an Accenture, I may have, let's say, imagine 20 plus teams are available. In this, let's say 3 teams don't have the technical capability, whereas 17 teams are having capability. By this scale, I should wait for that particular team to get the knowledge, or the project can switch to another team who has a knowledge.
Project can switch to other team who is having it. Yes.
Possibly. So when they start a project conversation to sign a contract, majority of the time, it starts at the organization level. However, in an organization, you cannot expect all the team are ready and available. So there are only few teams ready to do the job. Let's say 2 teams are open to take a job. Now, in these 2 teams, I have to see what their technical capability for team level. On top of team level, we have to see industry level. When a project is coming, the project is not dependent on this Accenture only. Okay, I will tell an example of a bank. Let's say HDFC Bank. HDFC Bank will not quote only with Accenture. They will also quote with Infosys. They will also quote with XYZ company. Now, when I quote all these companies, I would see what is the technical capability for the work, what I'm going to ask. The work, what I'm going to ask is the capability available in the industry first level. When it is available in the industry, is it available at the organization level? When it available at the organization level, available at the team level. Now, when I am from HDFC, I will not really worry much inside the team what's happening. I'll be more focused on what Accenture can do. Okay, this is on the contracting part. Now let's come to the project part. When I come to do a project, you all know that a project is very unique in nature. Okay, very, very unique in nature, which means this is the first time you're going to come up with some solution like this. So there is an in and there is a process happening. There is an output. Okay, there is a process. And in this process, we are going to, we take the input. The input is going to be a requirement. And plus we need to add some technical parameters, what we know, what we don't know, and that will turn to an outcome. So this is a whole structure of a project. It may be a construction project. It may be some medical emergency or surgery project, or it could be a software project. Wherever it is, a in, some process and output. Now, why we have to go to Stacy model? Now, in Stacy model, the point is we have something called low here. There is something called high here. What they mean is they use a word called uncertainty. And we have again low here, again here, high here. Again, we talk about uncertainty. What is uncertainty is, I'm not really clear what will be the requirement. I'm not clear. When I say I'm taking an example of HDFC. HDFC is not really clear what they want, even though they're clear on the vision. The vision is clear, but more details they don't have. And when the uncertainty is very high, what happens is the confusion starts happening. The confusion is, can I do it now or I have to wait for some more time? So this question is unanswered. Same way, the way we have to do, we call it as how parameter. What you saw is a what parameter. Here is a how parameter. When I say how this team, this organization, this industry can do it. And there is a question mark. And this, if in case it goes high enough, which means again, there is a confusion. Can I use option A, option B, or option C? We have this confusion. Now, what is happening is when this high on both the sides is happening, we call it as a complex or complicated way of implementing, where I cannot go in a simple approach, where the simple approach is called as a linear approach. Linear means one after the other. What is one after the other? First, I will collect the requirement completely. Then what I do? Then I do something called designing the work, what I have to do. After designing what I do, I implement it, or I call it as develop it. In software industry, we use the word develop, but you can call implement or execute. You do something, work is happening. In a bracket, I can call it as work. Now work has happened, then you have to test it. Okay, after testing it, you may deliver it or knowledge transfer. But the point here is it's called linear approach, one after the other. However, when this requirement uncertainty is very high and the technical uncertainty is very high, I cannot go in linear approach. Even though I go in linear approach, that's going to be too much of imagination in requirement gathering. Shri, what do you mean by too much of imagination? So team members sit and talk about in a banking system, what all can be there. Somebody will tell, we'll do this, we'll do this, we'll do this. They cover a lot of information, which is over the air, which means you don't have a solid proof of it. But you can question me, that is how the world is like. In the world, can you tell everything perfectly? Not needed. But imagination will not lead you to too much of changes in the future. For that reason, what the books of Agile says that when a requirement is super unclear, when the way how you're going to not clear, pick up a small portion of work, do that, and you can fail. Now I'm coming to the point. The point is there is something called fail fast. Have anyone heard this word called fail fast? Fail fast. Have you heard these words?
Yes.
Fail fast.
We do spikes so that we can understand.
Oh. We will do proof of concept, right? We do spike in Agile words they use. Now, when I say fail fast, you are allowed to take action by the organization, even though you know it may not work. Shri, we are wasting the money. No, you're not doing as a whole. You're going to do a portion of it, adapting. Now, what you're doing is you're doing an adaptive approach of attempting a portion of work to see, because your requirement uncertainty is very high and technical uncertainty is very high, I can give a small portion of work and try it out. If it succeeds, I make the next bigger box what I can deliver to them. If this succeeds, I may add another level on top of that. Now, if it succeeds, I may add another level on top of it. Now, what it is called as, it's called incremental approach. Now, in this, what I'm doing is every time when I deliver something, doesn't mean it works. But I have a room to get a feedback from my customer. Even though I fail, I have an option to correct it. But see, what is the big difference, man? Let's imagine like this, there is a big deliverable, the last deliverable, bigger one. I could have collected all the requirements of this. I could have done all the technical parameters and then implemented. But if it fails as a whole. It's totally gone. Whereas if I fail something here, I have time to fix it. I can slowly improve on that. I'm sure many of us know this concept, what I'm talking here in Agile. But how does it meet with Agile mindset? Let's see that information. By the way, have you got what is Ralph Stacey is trying to say? Are you getting it?
Yes, right.
All right, good to know. Now, these are the 12 principles. Some of you would have kept it as your writing habits on regular basis. Are you doing this as regular writing habits? Are you? If you do it, it's it's really worth for you. I know some of you may not totally into Agile. You may think it's not needed. Whether you like it or not, in future, this will be part of your life. Until you retire from your company, until you're going to be there to survive in the world, these 12 principles will stay with you. Maybe somebody newly can come and write some principles that will come up. For example, Scaled Agile. They came up with the new 10 principles, but the underlying 12, on top of that only they written a 10 principle. Whenever you do a 10 principle in Scaled Agile, they give connection with these 12 principles. The reason is, if you don't know this 12 properly, you will have suffering wherever you go in management industry. Okay, let's talk something more about it. I was talking about the deliverable model, right? Now let's see how it is connected with the principle. Here, if you see, our highest priority is to satisfy the customer. Okay, how to satisfy? Satisfy through the use of word early and continuous. Why something has to go early? Why something has to be continuous? Just now you saw that the requirement uncertainty is high, technical uncertainty is high, where I don't want to deliver it as a whole. At the same time, I don't want to wait 3 months or 8 months for delivering a small piece of work, which can help me to understand, is it really working for me? So you give something early. Early could be 2 weeks. Early could be 10 days. Early could be even 3 months of time. It's up to you and your customer, but it should go continuously. As I was pointing out an example of incremental delivery, you keep adding one after the other, and that is going to be valuable for my customer. Now, what is happening here is, by which you are helping your customer to see what they want, even though I know there is a chance of failure. On top of that, we're also giving a chance for my customer to give a feedback on what I deliver. I used to quote this example of hotel or a restaurant. When I go to a restaurant with the family members, multiple orders are given to the bearer. What the bearer does, bearer gets in, within the next couple of minutes, they come with maybe some starters, some soup. Of course, we ordered a lot, or maybe we ordered in an incremental way, but they want to serve me as early as possible. They don't want me to wait on the table. And they keep continuously serving on my table. Why? It should be valuable and it should be good for my customer. Now, that's the only way to satisfy the customer. I used to say this example every time. When a restaurant is not serving you on time with a good food, I'm sure next time you will not go there. We are living in a world highly competitive. If one restaurant cannot serve it, I can go to next restaurant as early as possible. There are days in the whole city or whole village, there'll be only one restaurant, and no go whether they serve it or not, you will be there. But we are not living in that world right now. We are living with 8.1 billion population, high technology. We are living in a world where the feedback can go faster than anything else. How many of us, when I want to visit a restaurant, a movie, a store, you just check the Google review. Just in a minute, you come to know, can I go there or not? When a world is going such a fast speed, if I cannot serve my customer, I'll be losing my business. And that is called as COD. COD stands for cost of delay. If there is a high cost of delay in what I'm going to give, the more I delay, I won't lose my business. So you have to go early to the market. This is also the reason goes back to requirement uncertainty, and you talk about technical factors uncertainty. Can anyone tell me, out of this 12 principle, any other principle talks about delivery here? Any other principle talks about delivery here?
Number 7.
Third one.
7. Very good. So what could be the meaning of this, if you can read through?
Working software is the primary measure of progress.
Okay. First of all, do we need to measure the progress in a project? Is it needed?
Yes.
Okay. Who is going to measure? Is it something the client who gave the project will measure, or the performing organization will measure? Who will measure? Client or a performing company?
Both will measure.
Both can.
Both can measure. Okay, nice to know. So when both measure, usually measure means we use the word something called a KPI, right? Key performance indicators. We see this. Or we see something called outcome. Okay. Either they can use a word KPI or they can use an outcome. But here they're using a word working software. Why they use the word working software? Any idea? Why it is working software? It could have been a work breakdown structure. It could have been a product backlog. Why working software? Any thoughts?
Is that KPI termed as working software?
Nice to know.
Is this kind of MVP?
MVP, minimum viable product. Okay. That's also a nice idea. Okay. Okay. So which means I don't want a KPI. I don't want any documentation. I don't want a product backlog. Is the meaning? The meaning is the word stands with primary. When I say primary, do you think there is secondary also available in the world? When there is something primary, secondary also is there. You agree? Okay. So if I put a primary as a list and I put a secondary as a list, now when they say primary should be something working, I want to not tell software, something working. Then what can be in secondary? If primary is working, what can be secondary? What can be in secondary? Can I have some
enhancement of primary work?
Enhancement of primary work. Okay, nice to know. Let me put it this way. Why they use this word of a primary is this principle was written in the year 2001, February. Okay. It's a boil down of 1990 till 2001. People are boiling. When I say boiling, the people who work in the software industry, they all had this kind of phase. The reason is, instead of giving something workable, those days what they give is they give something called VCO. Have you heard about VCO diagram? VCO, have you heard about the work breakdown structure? There is something called UML diagram. Have you heard about it?
Yes.
Or there could be some documentation requirement. There are days where people thought this is called deliverable. Even today, it's deliverable. VCO diagram, UML, WPS, documentation, design diagram, okay, design documents. So these are all deliverables. Now you are living in the world 2023. Now, can I say these all called deliverables and my customer will be happy if I deliver them these items? Will they be happy?
No.
Now we are saying no. That too, I hear one person says no. 10 years from now, everyone will say no. Because 20 years back, this is called deliverable. When a project starts, this is how deliverable happen. Starting first with the project charter, they'll deliver it. Then they give something requirement documentation. Then they create a scope statement. Then they create WBS, design document. Even today in some projects, that's how it works. Nothing wrong in it. But when we work in a project where the technical uncertainty is high, requirement uncertainty is high, do you think we can spend time to prepare this? Will we have enough time to prepare all this information? Already you have requirement uncertainty is high, isn't it? Technical uncertainty is high. What is the point of sitting and doing all documentation? Then they found this doesn't make sense at all. And that's why 1990 to 2001, people face were like this, man, you're doing something, but doesn't make sense at all. Then what is sensible? The sensible is, you know, the vision of the project. The vision of the project is for a HDFC bank, you have to bring something on credit card statement application. That's it. You know the vision, you know the goal, what to be achieved. In credit card, there are multiple boxes combining together can turn to a project, multiple pieces of work. But in this multiple pieces of work, I know only some items, some I don't know how does it work. It is okay. But can you start delivering something valuable to me rather giving me the whole document of WBS, whole document of UML or a UML diagram only for the patient of work? They say, fine. I'm not denying, I don't say I don't want it. I want it. I want it. But that is not primary. That could be secondary for me. I'm not going to say no for I want it. Without document, how do I track? Without document, how do I know the work is being properly understood? Without document, how do I give knowledge transfer to somebody? I can't do that. I need that. But before that, show me something working. When I say working, it means you went through detail of the requirement, you discussed with me, and you developed something, and you showed demonstration to me, and we both come to a conclusion, this is what we want. Parallelly, you can do some document, a relevant document, not a too much of document. So now they said that can be the primary measure of progress, which means the secondary also needed. But the primary is something workable, usable. This totally changed the perspective of view in the year 1990s and 2000, where we came from industry and manufacturing model. In industry, construction, manufacturing model, the first thing is you create a lot of documents, very detailed document, and that is given as a deliverable to the customer, and customer to signature on top of it, then they do the work. Even today, it works. But when you work in a software kind of nature or any project which uncertainty is very high, you may not need to go that order. Rather, you know the vision, but take a piece of work, fail fast. It's okay, you fail fast, but you learn out of it. Parallelly, do limited documentation. That could be secondary progress. Are you with me on the principle 7? You got it? You got it? All right, good. Quickly, I want to touch something more before I go to the question answer session. Something I had here. Here comes the rules, right? What I want to show you. Yeah, this one. Now, in this, it's a sprint, okay, which makes us to deliver the working program or working software. Now, can someone tell me in the beginning on the sprint, what all should be there to start a sprint? To start a sprint in Agile, what all should be there? Needs.
Backlog.
Okay, yeah, product backlog. So what all can be inside the backlog? All the work?
Set of requirements.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Set of requirements.
Set of requirements, right? The requirements at this point of time. Okay, one I understood, backlog should be there. What else should be there to start a sprint?
Estimation.
Estimation, that will be separate or it will be inside the backlog itself?
Sprint planning.
Part of the back.
Part of backlog. Okay, nice. What else?
Prioritization.
Okay, that will be separate or inside the product backlog?
In the backlog itself. It will be just drop down. Right? So you just need to prioritize based on
estimation. Prioritization. Then what else?
Planning.
I'm sorry, what is it?
Planning.
Sprint planning. Okay. For sprint planning, do we need a product backlog or something else will be there? Have you seen something called sprint backlog?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. What is the difference between product backlog and sprint backlog? What's the difference?
Product backlog is a complete all the set of requirement. Sprint backlog, we can have a choose a higher priority. It may be 5 to 10 requirement will be there.
Okay, some set of requirements. Very good, nice. And this requirement is based off what? From here we got some priority items. Can I say it is based on the goal, sprint goal? Sprint goal?
Yes.
Okay, now look at this picture. We have something called a sprint planning. From your backlog, you pick up the key items and we spend 4 hours of time if in case it's a 2 weeks of sprint. And here they start conversing what can be done and how it will be done in the 4 hours of time. Sprint planning. Only then they get to the stage of implementation where you see as the person starts running. They start running, which means they start doing the job. Now, on top of that, why I asked the question is what should be in front of the sprint? Have you heard this word called DOR? Are you aware of this?
Yes, sir.
So what DOR stands for?
It's a kind of checklist.
A document of ready.
If we have all the components to start the sprint.
Document of ready.
To start. Yeah.
I like the word document of ready. And one other word is there for it.
Definition of ready.
Definition of ready.
Sorry, Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I thought you're going to say doctor is ready. Doctor is ready. Okay. Definition of ready. So the definition of ready talks about before you pick up a work, how this work should be prepared enough. Whatever you said here, estimation should be there, prioritize should be there. And it means before you start the work, be clear on what it is, including its dependencies. Now, DOR is a checklist which is prepared by the organization or by the team before the project starts. And I can refer the same DOR for the whole project, which means every sprint, I will follow the same rules, a set of rules. If I want to go to a tour, a travel, I will have a definition of ready. I should have packed my bags. I should have booked my tickets. I should have been in the airport 2 hours before. Something like this, you know what all checklists you have in your mind. Same way, when a sprint starts, we have something called definition of ready to be prepared enough, because I don't want to go middle of the sprint and say that, oh my goodness, I didn't know about this. So that should not happen, because a sprint works in a time box. But Shri, how does this going to help me? How it will help you is it tries to remove a lot of dependencies and unwanted distractions middle of the work, because we are not a planned project. We are going on a high uncertainty on requirement, high uncertainty on technical parameters. So we keep things moving by setting up clarity in the beginning itself. Then end of the sprint, we do something that also starts with a D. What is that?
Definition of done.
Definition of done.
Definition of done. Can I call this also as a checklist?
Yes.
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 Yes, yes.
A checklist says that when a work is said completed, what does it mean? It means the acceptance criteria tested, the documentation work completed. I said document, right? Document is completed. But see, you're taking document, it's needed. Yeah, it's needed. Without document, nothing is there. There are some people believing that Agile means no document. Who said? Document is needed. It's a very digitalized, very systemized. Without document, you will not able to follow. You will not able to trace what's happening. You will not able to tell a problem. Document is very important. Somehow there are people feeling that these days document is not there. It is there, but in a different organized way. I can quote an example of Amazon delivery. Do you all follow Amazon app for ordering? Amazon Flipkart, if in India. You do Amazon app?
Yes.
Okay. What makes you to believe Amazon orders? Or why you like Amazon orders? Which means you order it, but even if the product is not happy, you can return it back. Is it true there in Amazon? Possible?
Yes.
Possible.
Yes.
And they give you money back also, right? That's a good thing. They give you money back. Okay, nice. And you can return it back. You can order it. By mistake, you order a different size. You want to order for a shoes and you go for size 9 and 10, then you think it should be 8. I can change this order without any cost. But you are not liking for that reason. You know why you like Amazon? For information, can you backtrack your order for the year 2019? Can you see that now?
No.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Yes, we can see.
You can see. When you order, what you ordered, who delivered, that will be in your record. Can you reorder the same product if the product is available in the market? Is it possible?
Possible.
Yes, it's possible.
It is possible. Where your trust level started with Amazon is, first thing is good amount of what you called as? What you called as?
Tracking history.
Tracking.
This is the first level that trust started. This is the first level trust started. Somebody says only 6 months, maybe you have to change your calendar. In your calendar, you can track for last 5 years or 6 years. Or your account is only valid for 6 months, it will show only 6 months. Okay, Pramita, the point is your account, when it started, from that you track. So Amazon has all the features. Not only Amazon, any shopping cart. Now, where your trust started here is with the system, it's about the tracking. Even today, if you go click it, it is in a tree structure format. It will show you each year what all you ordered, what are the product it is. Now, can I call this also a documentation? Is it a documentation?
Yes, it's a documentation.
They have an elaborate, clear detail of whatever happened, but the format has been changed. The way you do is changed, but documentation is there. If somebody is lazy enough and say that who want documentation, man, then how do you know? Documents are very important. You cannot say no for it, but the format is changing. The way you look is changing. Why I'm putting all the points here is you should be clear enough when you start your sprint, when you start an agile project, the DOR, definition of ready, should be there, and definition of done should be there, clearly parameterized, clearly clarified, and then you pick up a work and start it. And this is how it works. Why this is needed? I'll wrap it up. Why this is needed? In the beginning, I said that technical uncertainty is high and the requirement uncertainty is high. In very high uncertainty, both the area, I cannot do the work in an uncertain way. See, what do you mean by uncertain way? See, you just mentioned a graph and you said requirement uncertainty is high and technical uncertainty is high. That is why I came for Agile. I agree to this point. But at the same time, when a sprint is happening at 10 days of time, I don't want my team to be disturbed, which means my project is not clear. That doesn't mean the work is not clear. Work should be clear. That is called progressive elaboration. That is called incremental approach. As a whole in a project, you have confusion, but the work, what I have to do, should not have confusion. If you have confusion on that, then your day will not move. There are many people, they wake up in the morning, till evening, they run here, there, they feel tired in the end. How much I worked. 5 years from now, if you see, they'll be the same position, same way of life, which means they're running sideways, not going forward, where there is no clarity. You will have confusion in the big picture, that's fine. But on the day, what you do, you should have a concentrated effort what to do, for which the DOR, DOD should be clear. In a sprint that at 10 days, you don't want to disturb your team. You give high clarity of what to be done. But will you ask me next 2 sprints what to do? Sure, I'm not clear. That's okay. But this is sprint, I should be clear, for which I have to put the effort. And that's called iterative incremental approach. When you do this, things starts improving gradually. I believe that's good for today for the Agile part. Did it help some of you to get a view of what Agile is, why Agile is saying like that?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. That's a good hint of Agile. I have few people going for Agile examination. So let's listen to some of them going for Agile. Maybe since Prasanna is here, pull Prasanna. Prasanna, recently you read any topic on Agile?
Yes, Sriram.
Don't embarrass me with the question, man. I will run off. I'll log off. Okay. What interesting topic you read? Any topic you remember?
I did a lot, Sriram. I think very recently also I cleared SAFE and then I did my
Very
as
good.
well. So I keep on reading something on Agile.
Nice to know. SAFE, what you did, leading SAFE or?
Yeah, leading SAFE.
Leading SAFE. Do you see it is totally different than what you read in PMP and Agile, or it is aligned?
The content wise, I felt it was altogether a new content for me because I have not been working on the framework. But initially when I started studying, then PMI content, I felt it was very little intense because the 200 to 50 pages I felt was little bigger for me because I have not worked on the framework.
Okay.
Also, as I work as a business analyst, after reading that, I found that there is no role for me in SAFE directly, but yeah, indirectly. Indirectly as a
that's you have a role, right?
I mean not directly, but yeah, there was some, but the framework was something was a little tough, but it was kind of a CSM exams, only straightforward answer.
Understood. By for information, Prasanna,
we here, yes.
This is a person who is a business knowledge.
Yes.
This is a place of business knowledge, and this is a place for the business knowledge, and this is a place. Okay, these are the guys who make big money, man, in the company. Because when you are at this level, what will happen is you have amazing knowledge on the domain. I took an example of HDFC Bank. In an HDFC Bank, if you are at a product management or epic ownership level, you know the whole business. So you will be the topmost guy. Only when this person says, let's do it with the clarity, then only team starts applying. So it's a superpower rule. Good, you read it. I would say do a little deep dive on these areas also. You may like it. Okay.
Sure.
Good enough. Thanks, Prasanna. I appreciate it. All right, that's Prasanna about Scaled Agile. I have some question to share. Before that, I'll also ask people if you have some questions to bring, which you want to be discussed, we'll get inside. What I do is I'll quickly get into one question. But I have one question. Are you able to see the question, what I'm sharing?
Yes.
Yes.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Please read the question. Let know your answers in the chat box. I have 10 people answered. Let's see a few more people. Give me some time. Please read the question carefully. Okay, I have answer A. I also have answer B. A and B both are here. Anyone want to speak up for A? Why you thought A could be a good answer here?
I don't know. The technique is called 5 whys, right? So you want to. I mean, there might be.
Okay, whatever you say. Let me ask you 5 whys. Okay.
If I identify the root cause for after fourth why also, maybe we can make it clear and have realize confirm this. We can do another why. Why exactly?
Okay.
Make it.
There is no harm in asking another why. Always,
another
right?
way.
You might learn something that someone might have missed.
Okay. By the way, quickly for everyone here, when we say sprint retrospective, here we talk about product or a process. Is it about the product or a process? Process. Majority of the time process. Worst case, sometime product can pop up, but majority of the time it's process. Which principle in these 12 principle this retrospective is aligned in Agile principle number?
Number 12. Number 12.
12.
Number 12. In number 12, at regular intervals, team reflects and adjusts their behavior accordingly. Okay, very good. So you are conducting a 5 whys activity to unearth underlying causes to some of the issue. We don't know what is the issue. Maybe requirement is not clear. Deliverable went wrong. Something has happened. You're discussing and you're asking people to put a 5 whys. Why? If somebody don't know how does it work, they'll have a problem statement and they'll ask why this problem statement happened. It happened because this person has not given this information. Now the next question is why this person is not given this information. This person not given the information because she doesn't have that knowledge. Why she doesn't have a knowledge? Because she comes from that department. Why she comes from that department to solve this problem? They keep going down. Okay. When you go to 5 levels, you get the 5th level would be better. That's an assumption. Doesn't mean it has to happen the 5th level. Okay. Surprisingly, after the 4th, why you all seem agreeing to the identified root cause means you have found the answer. What need to be done? So I got 2 varying answers here. One team says that it's okay, even you get an answer, go for the 5th one. Don't stop there. And one team says that no, there is nothing wrong with this. Root cause can be identified earlier than the 5th why. Even before 5th why we get an answer, stop there. I have different varying answers. Now I'll go with the B people. Who people gave B? What do you want to say?
Yeah, so the technique is called 5 whys.
Okay.
Basic technique, it is used for root cause analysis, problem management, and all that. Like how it is true that the root cause can be identified earlier than the 5th why. It is also true that we can ask more questions. We can ask the 6th question, 7th, we can go on. So the technique is called 5 whys, but we don't limit ourselves to 5. If we get the answer in the second question, we stop at the second question. If everybody agrees to the root cause.
Agreeing, that's point, right? Agreeing is the point, I believe. When a whole team member feel that could be a solution. But what they do is they take the solution, they apply it in the upcoming sprint or upcoming work, upcoming manufacturing. Retrospective can happen in not only software, agile, it can be anywhere. You can retrospect anywhere, right? You do your exam, practice exam, then you retrospect it. You ask yourself why I scored less. Okay, because I didn't answer this properly. Why you didn't answer properly? Because I didn't read it well. Why I didn't read it well? Maybe this. But third point, you got it. Okay, this is not, I'm not doing well. You're agreeing yourself. You stop there. Now you take the solution and apply again. Again, your score is not coming up well. Then you understood that why is not working. Further, let's go down. That also can happen. Okay, now I have two answers, A and B. Now, some people say that, what's the problem? Let's go 5. But for which Sriram gave an answer saying that it is not 5 means 5. It can go further down also. Which means if you don't stop at a place where you got agreeing answer, you can keep going. Now, people who went with A, you feel that A is a good way to keep continuing and that can lead to more detail, or you feel it can go to unwanted discussions? Your time will be...
Continue, because once you are, although you found the root cause in the 4th why, the 5th why could reinforce your answer.
Reinforce, okay. But you got the answer, right? When you got the answer, how do you ask next why? Yeah, next why will happen only when you don't have an answer. I'm saying that person X is not giving me the detail. Why person X is not giving the detail? Person X is on a holiday. Oh, I got the answer. Why the person went on a holiday? I can go further down there. If you want to go further, you got the answer already. What to be discussed further, it's agreed by everyone. The person is not available. That's the reason we didn't get it. We all agree? Yeah, I agree. Next time, please make somebody to keep informed and share the knowledge. There you can stop. But if you want to go further down, it doesn't look sense in some place. Is it what going to happen if you go for A?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like other way, like when you found a solution for that problem, so there we stop.
Okay, good there. If you look at here, there is nothing wrong with this. Root cause can be identified earlier than the 5th why. Now what happened is, it's nothing wrong in identifying before 5th why. You can stop. Rightly pointed by Sriram there, it can go further down also. You don't need to stop at 5. But usually they say 5 is the best level to get it. Further down also you can go, 7th why, 8th why you can go. But once you found an answer and everyone agree, in exam question, what you have to observe here is, what is the keyword in the exam question? Keyword here is agreeing to the identified root cause. When this has happened, and what you're going to do is called waste of time. In lean management, we call it as extra process is waste. Have you read this lean management? Extra process is a waste. Because I have another why, I cannot sit and do that. I may have some senior executives, I have some team members sitting there. Unwantedly, you don't want to kill the time. If you get it, stop there. But you apply this cause, you will see if a solution is coming. If solution is not coming, then it's a failure. Then you go back and do the root analysis again. Now you can question me, Shri, if you're done that day itself, you would have saved the time. Everyone agreed, right? Now I have to respect everyone's thought process. That's what a democratic way, right? When everyone agree that, you have to go with that. If it doesn't work, yeah, you have to come back again. So when we come back again, this time team comes stronger. Shucks, man, how we did a mistake. We should not do the mistake. Let's go a little deeper. That's what it works. Hope you all got the answers now clearly. Clarifying.
Yes.
Yeah, clear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic. One thing, sorry. When talking about retrospective, interchangeably, Spike is also an event, kind of a retrospective. So could you throw some just to...
I understood. But the retrospective cannot be a Spike cannot be a retrospective point. What you do is, are you seeing a whiteboard now?
Not yet.
Are you seeing a whiteboard?
Yes.
Okay. So now what happened is, we have a vision to do for Agile. I took an example of HDFC Bank. Okay. Now what happened is we have a planning. The planning is we will go for next 8 months to complete all the work. Let's take a software itself, something we want to do. And the team starts working on a sprints. Sprint 1, sprint 2, sprint 3, sprint 4, sprint 5, sprint 6. Let's keep going. Now, retrospective will happen every time here. End of the sprint, we do retrospective. Retrospective is to understand how things went on. We also do something called a review or demo. Review or demo. Review or demo. Review or demo. So now question to you, Abdul. What is the difference between retrospective and review?
It is more for the product. Review is more for the on the product. Retrospective is more for the process.
Process. Very good. Perfectly said. Now your question is how spike can be related to the retrospective. Is that correct?
Yeah. In some point, they also conduct a spike. I'm not able to understand quite clarity on the retrospective and spike. What is the difference?
Yeah, I will explain, but don't try to mix retrospective with the spike. Both doesn't connect at all. The reason is my team is working on a login page on the first sprint. On the second sprint, when they're coming here, they're doing something on other credit card related process. Now on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th sprint, they're having a work, and this work is going to talk something about credit card score collection. When I say score collection, they have to go to a third party. They call CIBIL scoring. Have you heard about CIBIL scoring? This team has to go to some third party to collect the CIBIL score to tell that how this person has performed on the credit card all over internationally. Now this part I have to work on the 6th sprint. When I say 6 sprints, this is 2 weeks, 2 weeks, it's a 1 month. 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 months. Now 2 months from now, there is a work coming. But my team is not really clear technically. Note on the word technically. Technically, I don't know how to do this, which means I need some research for it. Now, your work which is coming on the 6th sprint, I can do some research here. I can spend some research time. What do you mean by research? I'm going to work out with my team on a small time box within a sprint. A sprint itself, a time box. Within the sprint, I'll take 3 days, 5 days, or I may even take a whole sprint to do some research on the upcoming technical work. This research time is called a spike. When I do a spike like this, I learned how I have to work this job, which is upcoming. I will not do the job. I will do only research on the job. And technically proof of concept or technically solve a problem. That's what I will do. And that is called spike. So there's no direct relation between spike and retrospective. Retrospective is a way how we did the job, end of the sprint. Whereas a spike it's a time box, a short time box to see how can we learn so that we can implement that effectively.
Shri, one question. Is spike is time box means what is the minimal? Can we give story points on the spikes?
I'll come. Hold on. Abdul, first you got the detail of what is a spike?
Yes, Sri. Is that only for the technical feasibility study matters, or also for the, suppose if they are not agreeing on the estimations or the acceptance criteria is not
maybe no, you don't want to go so deep on that. Spike will help you to understand, is it doable? If it is doable, how to do? When it's doable, how to do, definitely your estimations will change. Definitely you will negotiate, can I do it or not? Both can happen. For that reason, they use a spike. Spike is probably understanding what the work. In a plan-driven project, you would have spent 3 months of time before the project starts. Is this true?
Yes.
In this 3 months, you have done all this R&D. Rather doing 3 months of R&D, I'm doing then and there like this. I'll do one spike here. I will do one spike here. I will do one spike here. Just I'm understanding what you did in a plan-driven project. Same I'm doing in a change-driven project. But here I do here and there. But there I do everything and sit at one place. Why I do all this here? Because I understand clearly what the requirement is. Can I do it or not? Then I negotiate with my customer. That part I do in this here and there I keep doing. Whenever I need, I do it. Hope you got it. Now, let me go to the next person. Sorry, I stopped it there. Who is that asking me?
Yeah, Indira. Indira,
actually, go ahead.
I know spike is like time box. So do we give story points to spike And also top of that, and do we create any subtask under Spike to do analysis?
Okay. To understand this question a little more, have you utilized a Spike in your project anytime?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
For what reason you used a Spike?
If you have any uncertainty to implement any of the story or maybe something to do analysis, in the earlier sprint we create a Spike, and then if everything is clear and we documented it and it is reviewed, then the approach is correct. The next sprint we will create a story for implementation of that Spike.
Very good, very good. Nice to know. Now let me put this way. You are having 3 user story to complete in a sprint. Now you have 1 Spike to complete. Okay. When the end of the sprint, when they ask for your velocity, you know velocity, right?
Yeah.
Velocity. Velocity is team's ability of completing, which is value addition. In this 3 user story, 3 user stories, each let's keep 5 points, totally 15 points. Okay. Now, when I come to the end of the sprint, do I need to count this 15 points completion as velocity, or your Spike is also a velocity addition? Imagine this goes 1 Spike, maybe if you want to say 3 points. Do I need to count this also? What is your thought? In your project, how do you do? Will you count this as a value addition, or it's only R&D?
It's like a indirectly value addition, not directly.
We count
it. Go ahead.
Yeah, we do count it because at the end of the sprint, the team is supposed to even demo what was done in the Spike, their analysis, right? So that is a tangible output to it.
Very good, very good.
Counts towards velocity.
Okay. Is it by your company definition? That's how they do?
Yes.
Okay. Have you referred with the Agile documents also? Are they expecting you to count it?
Not sure.
Not sure. Okay, fine. Okay, the point which you said is a likable point. What you said is I'm showing a demonstration of it, but it is something usable, value addition, countable for the customer, where they can take it as an increment.
No.
Yeah, this is a tricky part, right? So when you don't count it as something which is value addition, then it's a trouble. It's something like this. If you remember, there is something called iteration 0. Have anyone heard it? Iteration 0, sprint 0.
Yes.
Okay. What you do in sprint 0, that is the first sprint. What do you do here? You do R&D. You do proper software installations and every readiness you do here. Can I count this as any value delivery sprint? It is a value delivery sprint.
In a way, it is yes.
The answer is no. I'm sorry.
No.
Go ahead. Something.
I thought that in a way it should be yes, because all the setup is being done, so that in sprint 1 we don't face any issue.
Okay. So now let's go back to the principle number 7. We explained 20 minutes back. What is the principle number 7? What is the principle number 7?
Primary work.
Can you say full line of it?
Working software is the primary measure.
Okay. Working software is a primary measure of progress. Now let's see which is primary, which is secondary here. Which is primary here? Do you think setting up the computer, whitewashing the building, getting tissue papers, this can I put as a value addition? Or something I deliver is a value addition?
Deliver is a value addition.
Value addition. That's called primary measure. Rest all needed. I'm not saying wrong. Tissue paper is needed, but that can be secondary. Even though I like it, it's needed. Without the tissue, how can I go to the washroom and wipe my face or do some stuff? I can't do that. Water is needed. I need food needed, coffee needed. I know that all those things. I'm not saying no for it. It should be there. But the point is, which is primary? Primary means something workable, usable to the customer. Rest all also important. But I don't want to show that as a primary. I can keep it as secondary. Is it making sense?
So, Sri, actually, for Spike, we should not give any story points in that sense. Or how can we measure if not story point, if not taking as part of velocity?
Okay, you listen for some time now. So what will be the primary? What is secondary as per Agile?
Primary is a working software.
Very good. Nice to say.
Sec-
So some
second
story
is the
which you can't,
documentation.
some of the stories which we can't complete also goes back, right? We don't show the uncompleted story. Are we showing uncompleted story? Do we show uncompleted story to the customer?
No,
Indra?
no.
So there's not a value addition. We don't show them. So spike, you don't add it as a count. Now, why you're worried a spike should be shown? What is your thought there?
No, spike we can't show, but to calculate the velocity, so we have to give some story points. Though, so for that, do we need to give any points? For example, Mr. X is working on the spike because maybe it is a front end and back end side. So how do we calculate his capacity with respect to what he did as part of this sprint? How do we measure that?
Yeah, see, as I was heard from here a minute before, in the team, they're also showing velocity, including the spike. Yeah, that's also possible. Both are happening. But usually what happens is there is something called capacity. In a team, the team availability. Now there are 10 points, 10 people are available, 10 days are available. They will deduct one day, remove that capacity and give that capacity for spike activity, which means I'll count only 9 points. I will leave that 1 point away. I will not count that one more point availability. Like 10 days means I'll count 9 days. Your 1 day is given for research purpose. For this 9 days, what your team did, that's what we'll measure. Okay, before I this, Indra, how many Scrum teams you have?
Currently, I'm handling 2 Scrum teams.
2 Scrum teams, right? 2 Scrum teams, you can't measure all people 100% availability, isn't it?
Right.
You reduce some unavailability. You will say they're on holiday, they're going for training. Now, your unavailability will also count if they're going to spend some time on spikes. You won't count them 100%. You will count only 80%. Rest 20 is given for them. I have to justify that when I present to my customer. I would say that in my team, I have 100% people available, but we counted only 80%, 20% we did on spike. Now they'll question you in 20% time what you did on spike. There you show demonstration what you did, but I will not show that in a velocity. Velocity is only working software, measurable thing I'll show. These things, yes, I have to show. I'm not saying secondary program, I have to show them, but I'll tell this is counted against the unavailability. There you have people are working on something. It's not only spike they do, they even do support activities. They even do bug fixing. Support things comes, right? When I say support, when a project is happening, suddenly somebody will call you, hey, there is a problem, fix it. For which I'll give another 2% of time for the availability. Between Monday to Friday of 2 weeks, suddenly I get a call, hey, a product which you delivered last week, there is a problem. Somebody can fix it. Ramesh, can you fix it? Ramesh, yeah, I'm ready. I am the support guy for this week. And that guy will go and fix. If you put 100% allocation for a sprint, it's a wrong way of estimation, wrong way of calculation. By the way, this is not the place to talk all this stuff. Since you question, I'm putting the point here. What is happening is we are following the same waterfall model inside our project. And we call it as a mini waterfall. And when you follow the mini waterfall, it looks like Agile. We follow all the ceremonies, but it's not Agile. In Agile, agility is giving importance to value delivery and also helping people to have the room and space to some kind of these activities so that they don't feel stressed out to only do the job. They do research, they do support activities, they have different things, but you give some portion of time to focus on these main areas also.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Cool,
Yep.
cool. But don't go and ask this Monday itself. Slowly understand your team what they do.
Right.
And do that. Don't go there. Monday, come on, guys, let's change. That's it. They will change you. So let's go slowly on this process. Okay. All right, guys. I know I went over the time. Was it a useful day today? You got some info?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fantastic. Good. So thanks all for joining here. Again, this is a Sunday program we do where we have some topic discussed. Next week, we'll bring some other topic. I will bring some topic to talk about it and then go through the question papers. Today, I want to listen to some of your questions, but the time is already running up. I have to get to the next class. Before that, anyone have a question? Anything towards exam or anything towards your preparation?
Yeah, Shri Karthik here.
Yes, Karthik.
Yeah, I completed my first mock exam. I shared you this score, 57% I have received. Currently, I am performing my gap analysis.
Very good.
So today, end of the day, I will complete it. So next mock exam, can I take tomorrow?
Are we connected in WhatsApp?
Yeah. I mean, connect with you in WhatsApp.
Karthik. Okay, I think we chatted, right?
Yeah.
Karthik Yan.
Karthik Yan.
Karthik Yan. Yeah, I'm seeing your WhatsApp. Okay, I'll catch up more info on your WhatsApp. Your question is tomorrow. Can you do this? Are you on holidays for the coming days?
Yeah.
Your time. Okay.
Yeah.
When is your main exam targeted?
Actually, my I need to close it by September end itself, because my this
1 year time.
October. Yeah, 1 year time is getting completed.
We need this pressure, right? If not, we won't do it. Okay, nice to know. You paid the money and the knife is behind you. Do your family members know that?
Yeah. They're aware of that.
They'll be chasing you, man. 50,000 card, man. I would have got new dresses.
No.
Okay,
I have not paid anyway.
You didn't pay?
No. Still no, I have not paid.
Okay, then I'll give you some suggestion. First, try that. First suggestion is you can get an extension of 2 more months.
Okay.
What to do? Check reach out Rahul here in the WhatsApp. He'll give you some email ID. Write an email to them saying that some reason he couldn't do the exam now. I need an extension. They will give you 1 or 2 months of extension. Okay. Already Rahul is giving a message, no extension given.
Okay.
Okay, money paid people only, they're giving extension. Oh man, world is changing. Okay, now, so option 1 is gone. So option 2, now, since you did a 1 exam and the 2 below 60, now I want you to analyze properly. And once you complete the analysis, go for the next exam. Before completing the analysis, before understanding where the gray area is, if you go to next exam, score will be the same level. It will not improve. Maybe 50 will become to 52, 53, 54, something will improve. So do a proper analysis. I would say that take at least minimum 3 full exams before you go to main exam. Okay. And do at least 3 to 5 short exams. That is 60 questions.
Okay.
Are you working in agile environment?
No, I'm working in a predictive environment.
Predictive. Then have you read the Agile practice kit book?
Yeah, I read it completely.
Are you clear on the concepts of Agile?
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. The more you're clear on Agile, the exam will be good for you. Now, coming back, what is the last date of your application?
4th of October.
4th. Solidly, you have 2 weeks, 2 full weeks you have. How many days you've taken off from your work? Your time?
3 days I have taken actually.
Okay. All right. So push yourself to first analyze this exam properly. Find the gray areas. Either you have subject knowledge gap or your question reading ability is not good. This too you have to improve. And go to PMBOK 7th edition glossary. End of the book, there is a glossary. Every day before you sleep, at least read 15 words out of it. In next 10 days, you will be getting with 100 words at least. When you get more clarity on those words, those are the words going to come in the question, and you get a clarity of how to choose a right answer. Right? And keep me posted on regular progress of what is the outcome of your analysis. Get me the message in the WhatsApp, then we'll plan for the next exam.
Okay, sure.
Perfect. All right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good. All the best. Let's make it. That's much. Thanks all for the participation.
Shri, one request. So can we go? I know you explained first one and 7th one of this 12 principle. Can we explain detail? I mean, not in a detail, at least high level of each and every role. I mean, principles. I mean, in upcoming classes.
Sure, we'll pick up
upcoming
one
Sunday. Yeah.
We'll pick up one for every Sunday, huh? 2 for every.
Thank you so much.
We will do that. I believe you're also listening PMI ACP videos, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I believe I should have given some classes there also. Please listen to that. But don't worry, join the Sunday classes. I'll keep explaining Agile.
Sure. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Cool. All the best. Carry on. All right, guys. Good wishes. Have a great Sunday. Catch you all soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Shri. Bye-bye.